Today I will show you how I made this beautiful Campari image with a glass full of ice and Campari next to it. I have already built up some sort of a background here, which is really simple. I just took one IKEA shelf onto the table and I covered it with a grey paper. That's it. This will be our base for composition. And then, of course, I need products, which is Campari this time. And I already prepped the product. I have removed the back label, so I would be able to illuminate the bottle nicely from the back to get the glow inside the bottle. And then, of course, I have the glass, which I will fill up with the ice. And the ice is just a fake ice, plastic ice cubes that I've got from internet. And of course, I need some extra Campari to fill up the glass as well. On the equipment side, I will use my trusty Canon EOS R with 100mm macro lens tethered to my computer just to see a larger image on the large screen, because in there it's much easier to spot any kind of mistakes or little details that I want to change or adjust during the shoot, because very often it is more difficult to remove or edit this image in Photoshop rather than just change it on the go while you are shooting. And for the lights, I'm using my Profoto studio flashes, and that's it. That's all I need today, so let's get started. I want to change this composition a little bit, because right now this is kind of straightforward, but I want to create some dimensions in the shot and to create the depth for the image. So in this case, I will replace this table a little bit. So I will create those nice lines which will lead you from one side of the image to the other one. And then I will place my products onto the table. So now that I have my bottle prepared, cleaned properly, and the glass as well, then I don't want to have any kind of fingerprints on it. So for that, I will use my white gloves. These will help me to avoid any fingerprints on the product. So let's take our bottle and let's place it here just slightly over the edge, just to create some interesting composition. And then also the glass. But I don't fill up the glass right away, because it takes time once I get all my lighting in place, and to avoid getting any stains or anything onto the glass, then I start with the empty one, and then once I have everything ready, I fill it up with my drink. So this one is going onto the side here, just also a little bit over the edge, just to create this nice composition where we have this long line here, and then product is on the very edge of the side. And now, once I have my products in place, now it's time to set up my first light. Usually I will go with the background, but this time I will not edit the background at all. I will keep it as it is over there. You can see this is white background right now, but on the image it will be pretty much dark gray or black, because I don't have any lights on there. So let's start with my main light then, and this will be that one here. And let's set it up here and let's see what we will get. First I want to set up my focus, and also I need to reposition those just slightly, because I want to have them in the center of the frame. So now my products are in place. Bottle on the left, glass on the right side, and slightly behind the bottle, just to create this nice dynamic on the image. So let's take a first shot and let's see what's happening in here. Yeah, it's a start. It's really simple, one light. We could leave it like that, but obviously we don't. Then I guess I need to have some kind of a diffuser between my light and the bottle, because right now the light is too sharp and it's not looking nice with any reflection that you see on the bottle. So let's add in my diffuser, and I will place it right next to the bottle. Let's see if it's in the frame. No, it's not. And let's take another image. And now that I see the image, I want to make one more change in my equipment. I want to control my reflections a little bit, because right now it's too strong, and I feel that I would like to have a little bit less that white reflection on the side. For that, I will take my polarizing filter, add it in front of the lens, and let's rotate it just a little bit to see where we are at. Now I will set up my second light, and the second light will be on the side as well, which will come from the left side. So for that, I will take my second flash. Let's turn it on and place it onto the side of the product, and let's take the shot. Let's see what we have here. As you can see, the lighting is not yet there. It's brighter, the image is brighter, but it doesn't look good at all on the left side, so I probably need to have something diffusing the light on the left as well, and then we can move on. So for that, I'm thinking of having something a bit sharper than I have on the right side, because when you check on the right side of the bottle, then you see a really soft gradient lighting on the side, but on the left side I would keep something slightly stronger and sharper maybe. So let's use our acrylic material to create a little bit more glossy look onto the bottle. Let's take one shot to see what's happening. Beautiful. This is really beautiful, and I think we will get very good image from this one. But right now, as you can see, this bottle is dark. Because I don't have any background light like I usually use on the white background images, that I light up the background and then the light from the background will come onto the product and will illuminate the bottle inside. I don't have this today, so I have this little prop that I'm using to illuminate the bottles from inside. I have already prepared this one. This is a reflector, small reflector, which I've cut out in the shape of the bottle that I have on the table. And this is really a simple golden sheet of paper. And when I want to cut out the specific size, then I usually take the bottle, place it onto the paper, draw a line around the bottle, and then I can cut it out and start adjusting the shape until I get the proper shape to hide it behind the bottle, because I don't want to have this visible the whole time. Then it would create me some extra work in Photoshop, where I need to edit the edges of the bottle to cut it out and stitch them together from separate files. Some people are using just a larger golden sheet. They will place it behind the bottle, play it with the angle just to get the nice glow inside, and then they will combine those images in Photoshop. I could do that as well, but I want to show you that it's possible to get a really good starting point, the main composition already in camera, and then you just need to adjust little things in Photoshop later on. So I will place this behind the bottle, and it's important to pay attention that it can't be just straight behind the bottle, that you have the bottle and the reflector is facing straight towards the camera. It needs to be in an angle, and this angle depends which light are you using to illuminate this board. So in this case right now, as I have more powerful light on the left side, I will keep this turned towards that light to get the light hitting the board, the reflector, and then it will reflect the light into the bottle that I have on the table. So for that, I will just look at the bottle from the height that my camera is, and I will just play around with the position, and then I see visually which is the best position where I see the most of the glow inside the bottle. So I think I have this in place now, and let's take another image and see if it works. Yes, it works. Beautiful red Campari on the dark background. You can't do this without this kind of reflector because it's really difficult to light this bottle in a dark environment that I have right now. So this result is creating already a beautiful effect. And now, as I can see, this bottle inside is glowing beautifully. I have nice gradient reflections on the side, stronger on the left side, a little bit softer on the right side. But I'm starting to miss the shape of the bottle as it's getting disappeared into the background. So I want to light up one side of the bottle to create this thin white line which will define the shape of the bottle. So for that I need a third light, and for the third light I will position this slightly onto the back in an angle, pretty much 45-degree angle towards the bottle, and then I should get a nice white thin line on the edge of my bottle. So let's try it out. For that I can't use just a bare flash. I do need to have a softbox for that. So I have my little softbox here. I will attach this to my flash. We have beautiful Campari image already available with this setup. So next thing that I would need is to fill up the glass, because the glass is empty, but I want to have the same effect on the glass as well, that I have ice in the glass and then I have nice glowing Campari inside of the glass. So for that I need to fill up my glass. We see the nice beautiful glow in the bottle, but the glass is slightly darker than the bottle. I would like to have the same glow in the glass as well. For that I would need same piece of reflector, and I will need to cut it out from this one, and I will place this behind the glass. I see that it's too high, so I need to cut off a bit from here. All right. Can you see the difference? I get this beautiful glow in the glass. I see that there is one minor error right now that I have, that I'm using golden reflective paper instead of silver. For the Campari I probably should use silver reflector, because when you are looking at the image at the bottom of the glass and the bottle, you see some yellow colors visible in there, but it should be either white or red as the rest of the bottle and the glass. But I think we can fix this one in post, so let's continue with that one. So now I have my bottle and glass properly lit up, and I see that I need to rotate the bottle just slightly. I wouldn't see this mistake in the camera right now, but from the large screen I see that I need to rotate it because the label is not really straight towards the camera. And now let's take another shot just to see what's happening. Beautiful Campari image on a dark background, glass full of ice and Campari drink. So what do you think about that? It looks really beautiful right now, and I think this is almost ready image. I would create some effect onto the table as well, because right now I see that there's a kind of a shadow that is uneven, and it's partially coming from the side light and from the back light, and I would like to fix this one to create some effective lighting, and then we will have the ready image. And before we can change the lighting, I see that I need to shoot one image from the label as well. Right now the label is little bit slightly darker that I would like to have. So for that I will use my large piece of paper just to illuminate the label, and I can combine these in the Photoshop later on. Place it in front of the camera so that I will have the label and the neck also. Golden reflection on the label, and also we have lighten up the middle shadow on the neck as well. I think we will get our label and the neck from this image, and the previous image I will use for the bottle and the glass. And now let's move on and create some nice shadows onto the table as well. So for the creative lighting onto the table, I will use an old school trick. This is using a cookie. If you don't know what cookie is, then it is a piece of cardboard or piece of paper, and there are holes cut into it. And you can push the light through this to create some really creative shadows, which is the most easiest thing to have creative lighting on the setup, and most inexpensive as well, because you can draw whatever you want to have in here and just cut it out yourself, and there's no extra budget needed for that one, and you will get exactly the lighting effect you want. All right, so first of all I need to remove my reflector from here. I will put this on the side, and now I can use the same light that I had here on the left side already, but I will just place my cookie right next to the bottle. And I already see that on the table there are some beautiful shadows and shades created with the help of this cookie. Pay attention that this one will be only for the table. Don't mind the bottle, but just look at the table that we have here. And we have a beautiful contrast on the table. All right, that's it. Beautiful composition, Campari bottle with a glass full of ice and Campari on the side. And we have some really beautiful shades onto the table as well. I hope you got some really good tips and tricks from this shoot that I just had, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.